Right, something a bit different now. Didn't get out on a wild camp this weekend as my car broke. So this week I'm going to be camping and going to work. So I've got the OEX Coyote 3. We'll see how that goes. Just arrive before darkness, get it pitched, chill out. Evening, so night 2 of sleeping in the tent while I work, and yeah, raining heavily as you can hear. Rained all last night. I had a good evening, sat outside when I pitched up, chilling out with some whiskey and enjoying my candle lantern and just at night time. However, when I went to bed it started raining and it hasn't stopped since. That was last night and now it's tonight. So just finished work, rocked up to my tent. Quite depressing coming back to a cold wet tent, especially because I had to trudge across cold wet grass, muddy to get here. Again, the time of year I'm not parking next to the tent because the grass isn't suitable, so yeah, this is it. Well, where to begin? Last night I got a little bit cold. I think it's because there's no insulation below the airbed. I'm on a nice big comfy air mattress, no little outkit or anything, but a massive big thick chunky thing. But there's no ground sheet under the tent, there's no rug inside the tent, there's no foil mat or anything, which is a mistake, so I think I might put the foil mat under tonight. Normally when I come camping, sort of for a week or so, I put like a massive blanket under the whole, or inside the tent, but under everything else, so and a ground sheet under the tent. But yeah, I didn't think of that this week for some stupid reason, so a bit chilly underneath. Got up this morning, went straight to work. Well, I drove to the toilet block, had a wash and then went straight to work because it was so wet. I'd hoped to make breakfast here and chill out, but I didn't bother. Sorry, the memory ran out on my phone again. Common occurrence there. I forget to delete all the old videos and then that happens. The tent itself is showing signs of moisture inside. There's only one area where I think it might be leaking, and I'll show you that. Up here, I think you can see the tape stops here and here each side of this hanger, but I came back and there you go, you can see, might be able to see, yeah, there you go. To me that's not condensation, that's proper water dripping in, because the chain of the lantern was covered in it, the top of the lantern was, and the glass. So I think that's going to require some seam sealant, which I think I got with me, but it's a morning job, even though it's pissing with rain, because I don't have to find it now. There's visible moisture elsewhere on the tent. You might be able to see that reflecting in the light, but I think that's because it's cold and wet and it's just condensation, hopefully, whereas I think this is actual sort of water coming in. Of note, when it's wet, the candle lantern's a nightmare to slide the glass down, light, and try and slide the glass back up. Yeah, I could have just left the glass down, lit it without the glass, but decided not to. Also, you might not be able to see on camera, you can see the wax all over the glass. Now, it's because last night I had it hung up elsewhere and then I moved it, and when I moved it all the wax swayed left and right. So I can easily see how if you're moving it around a lot, nudging it, knocking it, wax will spill and you will have to clean it out. I mean, the candle has started to move up as it burns, but it has domed on top. But there's a lot of reviews saying, oh, it was useless after the first go because all the wax got everywhere. Well, I think you do have to maintain it. I did have to empty a little bit of wax out the spring because I had knocked it come down. But as long as you keep on top of it, I don't think that's going to be an issue. In my eyes, it's certainly worth having for that inconvenience. Anyway, I'll give you a tour of the tent. Say a tour of the tent, it's a state. I've got my little OEX table and drink, wastewater and clean water right next to each other is a sensible place to put it. Some bags and my nice lightweight camping picnic basket. It's got enough here to feed 6 people, enough stuff to feed 6 people. It's just my standalone, or my standard, should I say, kit for coming out when I come out car camping. I just bring the picnic basket with loads of stuff in it. I tried to empty the stuff out and I got bored, so it's got enough for 6 people, but normally I sort of clean it down for the most. Camping chair stows away nicely in the awning here with me, and there's the tent inner. And inside I've got, you can't see that, inside is a tip. I've got a bag of clothes, bucket with some random stuff in, sleeping bag, nice big airbed, pillows, down jacket and a lamp. big lamp at the end, which I haven't shown you yet. Oh, and a bug's just got in the inside. This is why I need to do it up. Anyway, I think that concludes this evening. I'll, if it stops raining, I'll be able to have breakfast. Join me for breakfast. I've got some different bugs come out. Woohoo! It's actually on my camera there. Never mind. I've got some different stoves to try in the morning. I've got the jet boil with me. Got my normal gas burner, the Trangia, and a few others. I'm going to get a head up there, aren't I? And a few others to try if I do breakfast and coffee, but we'll see. Anyway, bug going over the light. Going to end this now. Sort myself out, ready for sleep. Going to put the foil mat under the airbed, see if that makes a difference tonight. Also, I'm going to wear some extra clothes because I really couldn't be bothered to get out of bed this morning because it was cold. Anyway, bugs crawling on the lens. Leave you to it now. Good night, everyone. Something I do like about this tent is you have your hanging point in here, in the inner, although it's at the what I would call the foot end of the inner, and then you have a hanging point which was out there. Okay, I realise I can't see, but hanging point which is out in the main bit on the far side. So you have one at each end of the tent basically. But anyway, I've got the I've put the light on. I've got the inner sort of screen open, and just the bug mesh closed because there's plenty of bugs flying around. And I can still see the light from my candle lantern. The big light at the end was just on for demonstration, but if I turn these lights off, there we go. So I got a nice sort of ambient glow to chill out in. And the lantern could be out there in the porch in the wide open bit, away from any sides, away from any clothing or anything else. And I can still enjoy the light from it. My cuppa's also out there. I just made myself a drink on the jet boil, so if I open the inner, there we go. Cuppa steaming away, and I got the jet boil over there. Yeah, the wind's picking up, which is a bit of a worry because I haven't actually guyed this tent down properly because there was no wind when I set it up, and it was obviously getting dark and I was tired, wanted to chill out. So there's no hanging point at this end of the tent where my head is, but I got this little lantern hanging off of here if I need it in the night. But generally I won't use it for light, so yeah, see how tonight goes. I've just got to remember bring a lot less crap with me in the future when I come, because I've got so much nonsense. Some of the stuff I bought, granted, was to demonstrate to you my new stoves and different ways of doing it, because I thought I might have time in the morning, but having reviewed the way this week's gone so far and how the mornings may go, I might... Morning. So it stopped raining about an hour ago. Slept okay last night, nice and warm for once. But the rain was loud and to keep me awake at some point. So it's nice to get out and have a little walk, a little sit outside. Just making myself some food to take to work. I'm not going to have a coffee or anything. I can't be bothered. I spent so long faffing this morning with what to make myself, and bought some bacon from the shop, but decided not to cook it. So got no bread rolls or anything to put it in. I might buy some from the petrol station. Way to work. Anyway, got food on the go. Boiling myself some eggs in there. Oh, that's hot. On the jet boil, or at least the jet boil burner with the jet boil pot stand. Big canister of gas. A small one for the jet boil there. I've saved that for when I'm out and about walking, car camping. I'll take the big one. Big windshield again. The windshield's only just tall enough with this gas, so yeah, it's working anyway. Good thing about car camping, you're not going to run out of water in a hurry. It's not how much you can carry in, it's how often you can go to the tap. And then bag of rubbish and some baby wipes, obviously. Yeah, absolutely chaos in my tent again, but washing up bucket, all my stuff for washing up and all the other nonsense out in the awning, so yeah. If the inner's unzipped, I have to sort that out. Anyway, I'm going to head off to work shortly and leave everyone else to whatever they're up to. I really hope I can get wild camping at the weekend and the weather's good. Really chill out outside. Anyway, here's to another long shift. See you later. Right. Hopefully you can hear me and see me. I haven't checked. Finished work early. Well, I didn't finish early. I did my core hours and came home. Changed my shift pattern slightly today, so I didn't get as much sleep last night and went in early, but need to finish early. I had planned on going to the pub down the road and having dinner, but it's not raining and it's really nice out here, so I thought I might chill out outside for a bit, pour a couple of beers, get a book. I'll see what food I can scrounge from my basket. Hi, apologies about that. I'm next to the freshwater tap and everyone decided to come and fill up at once. So there's some clunking and banging and rattling around. I thought I'd save the hassle of the noise in the background and just pause it for a minute. If you're wondering about the hair, I've just had a nice warm shower, and because it's fairly cold out here I thought I'd use the hairdryer to dry it, and that's put it into even more of a mess than it normally is. So anyway, we won't have to worry about that. Yeah, it rained heavily all night last night. Woke me up a few times, but I slept really well, really good night. I used the out kit instead of the big air mattress in the end, which is something to note for the future. That out kit Numo is much more suited to comfortable camping, which you wouldn't think so, but it is. So yeah, and don't camp under a tree. There's like one tree in this whole campsite. I'm underneath it, and I tend to be pooed all over. Even in the rain, some of it's stuck. So I think it's meant to rain again tonight and tomorrow. Annoying though, because Friday morning I'd like to get up, pack the tent up and go to work. If the tent's soaking wet, it's going to steam the car right up all day at work, but we'll see anyway. Take it as it comes. Yeah, hoping to have to play with my tarp and some stuff in a minute and get that set up. I've not really spent much time playing with tarps, and I want to go out and camp under some, so now's the perfect time with some open grass to practice tarping without any trees around. Have a go at that, see what it's like. Yeah, anyway, we'll stop filming and chill for a bit, so catch you later. Right, so what I'm aiming for is to get my snug pack stasher up and use either my walking poles, which are in this bag, or some alley poles I've got in this bag. The alley pole's the same one I use to hold the awning of that tent up sometimes. They're from a tent years ago that my stepdad had. We used to go camping in it, and I've three section poles slopped together, nice and corroded, but they're alley, so they don't weigh much, and so I'll see what they're like. Made the bag myself. My wife was teaching me how to sew because I wanted to make some gear, so I made this bag in colours of the football team that I support, although I'm not big into football, so we won't go there. Just a history thing. I like that team and always have done. Walking poles, this bag, just two normal walking poles, extendable. Yeah, we'll see how they go. So anyway, I've not set this up before. This could be amusing. It could also be quite a painful video for those who set tarps up frequently. So, for those who aren't familiar with the stasher, it's just a lightweight, simple sort of emergency tarp type shelter. It also poppers together to make a sort of bivvy bag, although I wouldn't really want to sleep in it. I guess it's, again, emergencies. Biggest of tarps, again it's meant to be a semi-emergency one. It's not big at all. Now, sort of a one-man affair. Can't remember the dimensions, I'll have to have a look later for you. Right, there we go. Dimensions are 160 by 245 centimetres. It weighs 370 grams for anyone interested. And out here in the campsite, this is all I've managed to make. This silly little lean-to. Because I'm not experienced enough at making tarp setups. In fact, I'm quite shockingly bad at it. However, I've got space in here. You can set up a bivvy bag here, or just to take shelter under if you wanted to. I don't really want to sit on the ground, it's muddy as anything, but if I was out camping and wild camping, I could lay under here, have this set up. You can set these up as an A-frame, a very, very small A-frame. which I could give a go to in a minute, see how I get on. But yeah, this is all I've managed so far. I need to learn my tarp making skills, or tarp building, shelter building skills. So the guy lines are so long, I couldn't work out what to do with them. So I've just clove hitched them to the pegs and attached the adjuster to the top of the pole. And I'll take you around and have a look. So put the poles through the eyelets, and I've just clove hitched the peg. I attached the adjuster up here. Got my own ropes and things, so there's an eyelet there as well. And I'm using the tang, this sort of tang here, straight through the peg. As you can see, the rest of the tarp has no, down the side anyway, this the width, sorry, has no eyelets or anything, but down the length does have these points. I could peg it out, and it does have poppers which meet with the poppers on the other side, so you can turn it into like a bivvy bag. So there's two of these down the length. Yeah, anyway, see if I can play with it, make anything else. Right, in the interest of filming new things and experimenting, while I am down the road from a pub where I can get some nice food, I'm going to have this for dinner. Pot pasta. Last time I had one of these, I can't remember what flavour it was, but it was diabolical. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, the idea of experimenting is solid fuel stove. People use them. I've never used one. Let's give it a go. Yeah. If I don't throw it on the floor anyway. But yeah. Solid fuel tablets. Right, now the next problem I got is I hear that these things make an incredible mess of your cookware. And I want to use, I'm only boiling water, what could I could do the old thing I've seen people do where they do that. Put some water on top. Do you think that, there we go, do you think we can do that? Sod it, let's find out. And my question is it going to damage my table? I don't know these things well enough. So not only can I go to the pub if this all goes wrong, but I have my good old faithful of beans and spam in the bag. However, I was tempted to have the beans at work for lunch one day. Now, a couple of these tablets you're supposed to use. Don't smell too bad. 3. What does the packet suggest? Packet suggests four tablets will boil water in 5 minutes. Okay. Now I have seen videos of this online. Just turn that your way. There we go. Seen videos on this online of people using these, and I've seen them struggle to get them lit. So we shall see what goes down. Yeah, like that. See, Waitrose essential matches. Didn't realise how low they're getting now, so definitely need to buy some more. Oh, whew. Smell of a burnt out match, eh? Now, I've heard that if you break one or crumble one or more than one, it can make it easier. So it's probably nice and flammable. All over my hands, all over everywhere. Liquid fuel, eh? What harm could that do? Although it does look like I've been snorting cocaine, so let's get my backside in shot. Apologies if I did. This doesn't work. We're going for the lighter, and I broke the match. Oh, come on, Waitrose, you're playing at. Ah, oh, screw this. Right. Now, one of the reasons I bought this lot out today was to try it. so that when I want to use it in the field, I know how it ranks. Oh, come on. Okay, that looks like it's taking. Yep, those fuel tablets are finally taken, although you can't, well, you can see that now, I'm sure, yeah. So, we shall see how this now goes. I set a stopwatch when I boil it as well. I mean, what's that? So I couldn't work out the capacity of the mug, but see how long it takes to boil that amount of water, and I can eat my cheap and nasty hot noodle. I have got more stuff to experiment with. Maybe not tonight. Ooh, they've got a good burn on, they have. So let's go for the pot. Nicely balanced on there, and I'll start the stopwatch. Again, I have no idea what to do with these things. Ooh, they smell. God, I'm glad I'm not sat in the tent, that's all I'll say. I like that Trangia spirit burner I was using the other day. Wow, that didn't half stink the tent out. Not just the tent, but I mean the smell was pretty horrible on that stuff as it was burning, that liquid. It was the Vango biofuel. I've also got a pot of the biofuel gel to use at some point, but I might save that for a wild camp this weekend if I do one. The wind's whistling through that like a wind tunnel. But yeah, this weekend is when I plan on going out camping again, so I'll get home Friday, have a nice night in my own bed, see the cat, check she's alright, and yeah, I guess sort some gear out, ready to go camping on Saturday night. Got a new spot eyed up, see how that goes. Now I'm going to pause this while this boils, but I'll time it. So here's an update. One of my tablets went funky all over my table, so I've taken it off, put it on the ground. I've got water to stand by, so if it causes any problems with the ground I can sort that out. However, oh yeah, the table's nice and clean as well. That's good, that's what I was worried about. Perfect. Yeah, we're on 3.5 minutes and that's looking pretty good so far. See how it is. If any of you are into your beers and things, Badger Brewery, it's a nice Dorset brewery. Some people don't like their stuff, it's one of those things, but I like theirs. Just Golden Champion. Yeah, I'm not going to do beer reviews because I like beer and I like different beer. I don't like drinking the same stuff. I say beer, I like ales as people refer to them, but I call it beer. I'm not a big fan of lager. But I like differing what I drink. I don't like drinking the same thing all the time. To me that gets boring. I like to try different ones and try and go through as many as possible, but sometimes when I'm somewhere like a petrol station earlier and I don't know what's available, I'll go for the safe option that I know, Badger Brewery. Next one for later is Marston's Pedigree. That's as much as I'll say about that. Anyway, I've ordered some new gear this week as well. Hopefully it'll arrive before Saturday or on Saturday and I can take it wild camping with me. But yeah, me and buying gear, have a little bit of a gear obsession. I never spend a lot of money on it because I tend to buy cheap stuff, but I like trying new things, hence this burner here, this solid fuel stove. Try new things, just see what works. Now I've used the Trangia burner, I'll probably take that when I go out sort of hiking and things. So let's put it this way, I'm not a lightweight person, however I'm very much a pack size person. I don't go for light, but I certainly go for compact. And when it comes to stoves and things, I've got my Jetboil, which I love taking out walking with me. It's absolutely great to just suddenly fire up and get a nice cuppa on the go. But it's quite bulky. Everything fits inside it, granted, but now take this little cup and a Trangia and one of my Sea to Summit folding cups or something, and me and a friend can have a brew easily. You have to do 2 lots on the Trangia maybe, or take a bigger pot, we'll see. I'll experiment. Anyway, that's starting to get a good rolling boil on 6 minutes. I say rolling boil, not quite. Half of it is because the wind's blowing against it. And the handles aren't too hot, which is good. I did put a fourth tablet in because the other 3 looked like they were burning down quite a bit. so I might just leave this to burn itself out because it's on the way. Let me show you. Yeah, melt my phone. Although I'm on my old phone because Amazon have apparently delivered a parcel to me with all the bits for my new phone. However, I didn't get it, so it's either with a neighbour or, well, or the courier's nicked it. It's the other option, but let's hope it's not that. I hope one of my neighbours has got it and the courier just didn't bother to put a slip through my door. So these pots look as horrible as they do on the outside. Add water. I really can't remember what flavour I had last time. I think there were 3 flavours. There was like a ham one, cheesy broccoli and something else. I don't think any of them were particularly great. I don't mind pot noodles and I like the naked noodles, but I'm only eating this because I got it with me. So I'll be raiding some emergency food in a minute if not. Anyway, I'll stop yapping and I'll get on. I'd say it took about 7 minutes to boil that water. I'm down to one tiny bit of fuel tab burning now. You might be able to see. I have scorched the grass a little, but this is my table. I've got some water left, so I'll pour that on there in a minute. I'll leave that on there. This thing, I've added the water to it, mixing in the powder and yeah, trying to thicken the pasta. Oh, not looking forward to this. I don't know why I decided for this over a pub meal. I'll tell you why, because I thought it'd be interesting. And see it as my wife's not home for a few days. My daughter, I think maybe Friday night I can go to the pub. Might get a friend or something, meet them down the pub and have a good pub dinner. We'll see. Anyway, that's the solid fuel tablet one sort of had a go at. What do I think of it? Well, boiled water, made a bit of a mess. That thing's far too hot to shift, the casing that it comes with. Balances the mug well. Not too much to say about it really. I'll definitely take that out with me sometime and have a go, but stick with the Trangia for now. Quite impressed with that. Or my jet boil. I'll be making me brews in the evening with the jet boil. I just think it's simple. Although you can get similar versions. You get the Alp Kit brew kit and you get the Highlander. I want to say blade, but I don't remember. The Highlander do a stove that's similar as well. Both of them are about half price of the jet boil, do the same sort of job, so they're worth looking at. But I can't tell you my opinion on them because I haven't used them. I like the jet boil, but it is costly. And at the time I didn't know there's alternatives available, which I might look at now. Right, I'm going to stop this and check on my pasta. Right, just before I lose the light and my phone battery because that's dying, I'm going to just show you the stove here. Is the tablets, I've just rinsed or flicked the tablets off and the matches, but it's all sticky and horrible, and I don't know if you can wash that or if it corrode. It's painted, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll give it a go and wash it up when I wash everything else up. And my mug, yeah, sticky residue on the bottom, which I expected because everyone had warned me about that, so we'll see. Dinner wasn't too bad, reasonably edible. Good emergency food, I guess. Wouldn't recommend them. If you have to eat it, you have to eat it. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my beer and find some more food. So, good night everyone. Hopefully I'll catch up before I finish camping this week. If not, I'll see you Saturday for my wild camp. See you later. Here we have the unglamorous reality of going camping in the UK. Living in a flat. You gotta take all your gear out and dry it outside. Yeah, not very glamorous at all, eh? Don't often see this. This is the problem with taking it all out. Don't want to buy this car or bits off it. It's going for scrap. Not that that matters. Anyway. Well, there's a definite positive in my eyes. My Coleman cup's nice and shiny. I washed it after using the solid fuel stove the other night, and you barely know. See? There's a reflector in the light, but it was all black and gunky. It didn't take any scrubbing really, just some washing up liquid warm water and a sponge. No abrasive pads, no rough scrubbing. It was alright. So, all these horror stories I hear about your pots being damaged forever, I guess if you keep on top of it, it's not so bad. Probably different when you're out in the field, but warm water and hot water, warm water and washing up liquid in the campsite was alright. Anyway, catch you later. Cheers for watching.